Very good evening, everyone. How are you all? Everyone fine? Now, today let us discuss the balance part of RTP November 2023. We have already done 16 question discussion. Only 4 questions are left. Okay, and whatever questions are left, very simple. Let us discuss fast. First question, question number 17, is related to India's 115. Simple question. What is that question? On 1st April 2001, Entity X entered into a contract with Entity Y to sell mobile charger for rupees 100 per charger. As per the terms of contract, if Entity Y purchased more than 1000 chargers till March 2002, the price per charger will be retrospectively reduced to 90 per unit. So what they are saying, if the total purchase is 1000 charger, more than 1000 charger, the price will be 95 per charger. However, if it is less than 1000 charger, then the price will be 100 per charger. Till September 2001, Entity X sold only 95 charger to Entity Y. Entity X estimated Entity Y purchase by March 2002 will not exceed the required threshold of 1000 charger. Means can I say for the quarter ended, means we can say, if suppose, or half yearly ended, it means from 1st April 2001 to 30th September 2001, means for the first half year, the total units sold is how much? It is total units sold 95 charger, 95 charger, and the price per charger will be taken as into 100. It means how much revenue will be recognized? It will be 9500 revenue will be recognized for the first half year. For the first half year, understood? Because they estimate that the total sales will not exceed what? The threshold of 1000 charger. Therefore, the revenue will be recognized based on 100 rupees per charger. Yes, sir. But what happened in October 2001, Entity Y acquired another Entity C, and from October 2001 to December 2001, Entity X sale an additional 600 charger to Entity Y. Due to this, the development, Entity X estimated the purchase of Entity Y will exceed the 1000 charger threshold for the period, and therefore it will be required to retrospectively reduce the price per charger to 90. So in the next quarter, means from October, November, December, these 3 months, next 3 months, they have sold 600 chargers, and now they are of the view that the total sale will be more than 1000 chargers. Therefore, the price will be now not 100, the price should be what? 90, and that should be retrospectively. It means the total units sold on a cumulative basis will be 695. For 695, now the price will be 90. So 695 into 90, how much? 695 into 90, this will be 62,550. Out of this, how much already recognized revenue in the previous quarter? It is 9,500. So minus 9,500, what will be the revenue of the third quarter? It will be 53,050. So this much revenue should be recognized in the quarter ended 31st December 2001. Understood? So analyze the above scenario in the right of India's 115 and state how the revenue should be recognized in such a situation. Very simple. Let's see what the answer has been given. You can see they have just given some theoretical point. This much is not required to write. You can only write down the answer. You can see they have already recognized a revenue of it should be 9,000. So they have done what? 600 into 90, 54,000, and they have done on what? Adjustment basis. We have done, but the answer is coming same, 53,050. Correct? Understood? Have you understood this point? Simple. Come to the next question. India's 41. What the question? Mr. Chinnaswamy and Brother Limited is a company that is engaged in growing and maintaining coconut palm and selling their output in various forms. The company has a farmland having a 2 lakh coconut palm in the coastal area of Karnataka near Bangalore. The fair value of each coconut palm is derived based on the average realizable price of 30 rupees 30 per nut fruit. Each coconut palm grow 80 nut per annum on an average basis. Correct? 80 nut per annum. Each coconut palm. Each coconut palm can generate revenue for as long as 80 years, and the current palm are only 20-year old. The management think that considering the risk factor in the business, the valuation of each palm can be considered at 5 times its annual revenue. We will multiply by 5 to find out a fair value. During August 2005, the Uti Hostel Association chairman and his team visited the corporate office of the company at Mangalore. The deal was to supply tender coconut to Uti Hotel at an agreed price throughout the year. The agreement came into the effect from 1st April 2005, whereby the company shall reserve 15,000 coconut palm out of 2 lakh coconut palm for OHA and will charge a concessional rate of 15 rupees 15 only per nut supplied to OHA. Oh, it is only 15. However, the fair value per nut is 30 rupees. OHA will in turn supply the tender coconut to each Ooty hotel at the same price. The contract price is applicable irrespective of the ownership of palm trees and it is not entity specific restriction. All the tender coconut of these 15,000 coconut palm were used by OHA irrespective of agreement being effective from 1st September 2005. What would be the valuation of 2 lakh coconut palm if the company's farm for the quarter if the in the company farm for the quarter ended 30th September 2005. So we need to find out the fair value of biological asset. Now out of 2 lakh you can see 15,000 will do valuation separately and the balance 1,85,000 coconut palm the valuation will be done separately. So it is based on the number of nut produced. So you can see the number of nut produced is how much 80 nut will do into 80, but for 15,000 will take 15 rupees, for this will take 30 rupees, and this will be done what 5 times of annual revenue into 5 into 5. This total will become what the fair value of the total 2 lakh coconut palm. Understood? So can you say for 15,000 will do valuation based on contract price, and for balance 1,85,000 will do valuation based on the fair market price, because fair value is based on the market expectation. Understood now? It is based on the market price, not based on the contract price. But for 15,000 we can take 50 rupees because already the contract has been done. Let's see what the answer has been given. You can see the answer has been given same only 15,000. It is 15,000 palm into 18 into 15 into 5 times, and 1,85,000 into 80 into 30 into 5 times. The total we can calculate, that is will come I think 231 crore. Understood? Have you understood this point? Yes sir. Come to the next question. This question 19, but this is not a question of Ind AS 19, it is a question of Ind AS 37. To make one correction, in the RTP only it is a question of Ind AS 37. It is a question of restructuring. It is a question of restructuring. On 1st Jan 2002, the directors of Jonasen Limited decided to terminate production at one of the company's one of the company's division. This decision was publicly announced on 31st March 2002. Sorry, 31st Jan 2002. So can I say due to public announcement, so there is a constructive obligation for restructuring. Therefore, provisions will be created for restructuring cost. So whenever there are two conditions which is satisfied, first there should be a detailed formal plan for restructuring, and entity should implement such plan or has publicly announced such plan to those persons who are affected by it. If these conditions are satisfied, it means there is a constructive obligation for restructuring, and as per Ind AS 37 we should recognize a provision for restructuring cost. The activities of the division were gradually reduced from 1st April 2002 and the closure is expected to be completed by 30th September 2002. At 31st Jan 2002, the director prepared the following estimate of the financial implication of the closure. Redundancy costs were initially estimated at 2 million. Further, the expenditure of 8 lakh will be necessary to retrain employees who will be affected by the closure but remain with the Johnson Limited in different division. Can I say redundancy cost means the termination cost. Whenever employee will be terminated, we need to pay compensation for that. So of course, can I say that is directly related to restructuring. Therefore, we should create a provision for redundancy cost. But any training cost, it depends upon the future conduct of business. So any costs which are dependent on future conduct of business should not be considered for recognition of provision. So for training costs will not create any provision. It will not be directly related to restructuring provision. Understood? Yes, sir. This retraining will begin in the early July 2002. This is not important. Latest estimate are that redundancy cost will be 1.9 million. So guys, we should always create a provision with the latest estimate because the date is not given. We'll assume that latest estimate is on as on 31st March, and therefore we should create a provision of 1.9 million. First point you have understood? Yes, sir. Come to second part. Plant and equipment having an expected carrying value at 31st March 2002 of 8 million and will have a recoverable amount of 1.5 million. These estimates remain valid. Now, due to this restructuring program, of course, can I say it is an indication of impairment, therefore India 36 will be applicable. Means this point number 2 is not related to India's 37, point number 2 is related to India's 36, and therefore the plant and equipment will be tested for impairment. And therefore we should recognize a impairment loss of how much? It is 6.5 million. So 6.5 million impairment loss should be also recognized. Understood this point? Yes, sir. Next, the division is under a contract the division is under a contract to supply goods to a customer for the next 3 years at a predetermined price. It will be necessary to pay a compensation of 6 lakh to the customer. The compensation actually paid on 31st May 2002 was 5 lakh 50,000. So compensation was actually paid on 31st May 2002 was 5.5. So of course can I say they were under a contract to supply goods to the customer. So once there is a closure of business already announced, it is quite possible now this contract become an onerous contract, and if the contract become onerous, so we should create a provision for expected loss. Correct now? Means we should find out the provision which can be the lower of cost of fulfilling the contract or any penalty payable to exit from the contract. It is already given the compensation actually paid on 31st May 2002 was 5 lakh 50,000. So we can assume that this compensation has been paid before approval of financial statement, and if this compensation has been paid before approval of fi- financial statement, therefore we should create a provision. We should make a provision of how much? 5.5. We should create a provision of what? 5 lakh 50,000. We should create a provision of 5 lakh 50,000. Understood this point? Correct? Understood? Or if suppose this is paid after approval of financial statement, therefore we should create a provision of 6 lakh. So we should understand what is the date of approval. If the date of approval is not given, so we can take the reasonable assumption in exam, and based on that assumption we should create a provision for onerous contract. Understood? Yes, sir. The division will make operating losses of 3 lakh per month in the first 3 months of 2002 2003 and 2 lakh per month in the next 3 months of 2002 2003. The estimated provide accurate of April and May. The estimate provide accurate of April and May. So from this one thing is clear that the estimate provide accurate means, can I say before means 30 May can be what? The date when the financial statement is approved. We can conclude in that way. However, can I say it is a future operating loss, and future operating loss we should not create any provision. So for this point number 4, no provision should be created for what? Future operating loss. Yes, sir. The division operate from a lease or premises. The lease is a non-cancellable operating lease with an unexpired term of 5 years from 31st March 2002. The annual lease rental payable on 31st March in arrear are 1.5 million. So annual lease rental payable in arrear means payable on 31st March every year. the landlord is not prepared to discuss any early termination payment. Means they are not interested on early termination of this particular lease contract. Understood? Following the closure of the division, it is estimated that Johnson Limited would be able to sublet a property from 1st October 2002. Johnson Limited could expect to receive a rental of 3 lakh for the 6-month period ended from 1st October to 31st March 2003. Means they can recover the lease payment by way of subletting the premises. So for the first year, they will get a rent of 3 lakh for the last 6 months, and then annual rental of 5 lakh for each period ended 31st March to 31st March 2007 are expected. All rental will be received in arrear. Arrear means at the end. Any discounting calculation should be performed using a discount rate of 5% per annum. You are given the following data for discounting at 5 per annum. Present value of rupee 1 at the end of year 1, then 1 and 2 inclusive, means these are cumulative discounting factor they have given. Compute the amount that will be included in statement of PL for the year ended 31st March 2002 in respect of decision to the closure of division of Johnson Limited. So can I say for the last we should find out the cost of fulfilling the contract. The cost of fulfilling the contract will be the amount of lease payment which they are supposed to pay. So this also become an onerous contract. Now this become also an onerous contract. Why it become onerous contract? Because expected benefit will be less than the expected cost of fulfilling the contract. Therefore it become the onerous contract. In this case, first we'll find out 1.5 million into what, 4.32. This will be the total present value of lease payment. Then can I say for the first year 3 lakh will be received. So 3 lakh into 0.95, correct, plus 5 lakh will be received in the next 4 months. We can say 4.32 minus 0.95. So it will be 5 lakh into, so 4.32 is the present value factor for 5 years. From that we'll deduct 0.95. So that will become how much? It will be 3.37. So this will be recovered. So what will be the amount? 1.5 into 4.32. This is coming 6.48, and this is coming how much? 3 into 0.95. So 2.85. This is coming 2.85 plus 5 into 3.37, that is plus 16.85. So 16.85 plus 2.85 is equal to 19 point, something wrong we have done. It's 5 lakh, sorry. Lakh na. So it is 0.3 and 0.5. So 0.3 into 0.95 is equal to how much? It is mistake. It is 0.285. Correct? And 0.5 0.5 into 3.37 is equal to plus 1.685 plus 0.285 is coming how much? 1.97. So 6.48 minus 1.97 is equal to 4.51. So we should make a provision of 4.51 for this point number 5. Have you understood? 4.51 how you have calculated? So 1.5 million is the amount payable, lease payment is payable. So that will be discounted by taking 4.32, and for the first year they will receive 3 lakh only. So 3 lakh multiplied by 0.95, and for the next 4 months we receive 5 lakh. So 5 lakh means 0.5 million. So 0.5 million multiplied by the present value factor of second year, third year, fourth year and fifth year. So we'll do 4.32 minus 0.95, that will multiply. So we'll make sum total of these, then minus with this, it will come 4.51. We should create a provision for 4.51. Understood? Let's see the answer what they have given. You can see Same thing they have given as per India's 37. So first you can see for point number 1 they have created provision of 1.9 million. For point number 2 it is based on India's 36. They have charged 6.5 million to profit and loss account. For point number 3 they have also created a provision of what 5 lakh 50,000 only, is 0.55 million. For point number 4 no charge means future operating loss, no provision should be created. And for point number 5 they have also done the calculation and the amount is 4.51 million only, that only we have calculated 4.51 million. Understood? Have you understood this much? Good question. It is a good question. Means this type of question has not been given in ICAI study material till now, so I will say good question. Correct? Then come to the last question. Last question is very simple theoretical question based on India's 116. Entity X, a utility company, enter into a contract for 20 years with entity Y, a power company, to purchase all of its electricity produced by a new solar power station. The solar power station is explicitly specified in the contract and entity Y has no substitution right. So entity Y does not have any substitution right and all the electricity power will be supplied to entity X. Entity Y owner, Entity Y own the solar power station and will receive the tax credit relating to construction and ownership of solar power station. Can is a tax credit will be received by the owner only, and as per the legality they are the owner, so they will enjoy the tax credit. However, entity X will receive renewable energy credit that accrue from the use of solar power station. But any renewable energy credit will be transferred to entity X. So can I say from this we can conclude that all the economic benefit will be actually received by entity X only. Correct? So it means it is under the control of entity X. Whether entity X has a right to obtain substantially all the economic benefit, yes, they have a right to obtain substantially all the economic benefit from the solar power station during the period of arrangement, even though tax credit is not received by them, because tax credit is actually not for the use. Tax credit is for the ownership. They are not the owner of the this owner of what this new solar power station. Understood? Correct? So can I say if they can receive the product and the byproduct whatever has been produced from that particular asset, so it means all the economic benefit are received by the entity X, and therefore can I say entity X has a right to obtain substantially all the economic benefit from the lease contract, and therefore we can say yes, it is a lease contract. Understood? So with this, can I say we have done the discussion of RTP entire discussion over. Correct? I hope you have understood all the points. Correct? Dinesh has asked one question. Sir, doing expected questions are are enough for exam? Because expected question whatever I have given are all the good question. What are the important question what I feel can be asked in exam? Understood? An expected question has been designed in such a way that it cover almost all the concept of entire syllabus. Means it has been given in such a way that you do that much question it will cover entire concept. Understood now? So I will say ki when you are doing last revision, so last revision should be based on expected question. If you do that much question, so two point will come that these questions are important from examination point of view. Second, this will help you to cover all the concept. So if you are not able to judge which question you are supposed to do and which question you are not supposed to do, so I will say target expected question. And also with that you can also do some question which you feel that this question are थोड़ा सा complicate which is not given in my expected question. So any question which you have already marked in your previous revision, that question also you can practice before exam. Correct now? Because there are some question which might be थोड़ा सा complicate. If you do before just before exam, so that will be help you. Same to same question come, you can be able to what do it. Understood? Have you understood this point? Any other questions you want? Yes, sir. So can I say with this we have done the RTP discussion. Just I want to ask you that I'm I'm just thinking to I'm just planning for a live doubt session every day till the exam. Means I'm just planning a live doubt session. The timing I have two time. Either it can be 5:30 to 6:30, the same time when I am taking the RTP discussion, or it can be 9:30 to 10:30. Correct now. The two time means evening time. The two time slot I have. Either it can be 5:30 to 6:30. It can be 9:30 to 10:30. So I am planning for a doubt session till your exam. Every day I will come, or alternative day I can come, where you can ask me all the doubt, or you can mention the doubt in the comment box, so that I can reply the doubt live to you. So you can come live also, you can see that offline also, your choice. Understood now? So that will help you for what? Clearing all the doubt, because I know that this last 1 month you will be busy in revision. In that case, if you have some doubt, so there should be some person who can solve your doubt. So I'm planning for that. So if you like this idea, please suggest me which time will be suitable for you in the comment box. Correct now? Understood? And you can share this video to other friends, so that if they have an idea ki yes, this is a uh, very good plan for clearing all your doubt, they will be also beneficial with this particular point. Understood? Have you understood this point, whatever I'm saying? So I'm waiting for your comment. So please comment in the comment box ki whether you want live doubt session for FR or not. If you want live doubt session till your exam, so which time you prefer, that also you comment in the comment box. Thank you very much for today. We'll meet again in the live doubt session only. Till then, bye bye, take care, enjoy your remaining day. Bye bye.